me, everyone. Niev here with the Rainbow Cauldron, and this is your weekly general reading for May 20th through the 26th, 2018. All right, so this week, this month, the Oracle deck is the Gita deck, and the Tarot deck is the Crystal Visions Tarot. I will draw one card from the Oracle deck, and that will represent the general theme of the week, something to think about, and 3 cards from the Tarot deck, which will represent the general flow of energy throughout the week. All right, let's get started. Okay, so the Oracle card is the Lamp of Knowledge. All right, so if we remember from last week, the Oracle card we got was having to do with reconnecting with our spirituality, needing spiritual guidance, and really, needing spiritual guidance, needing a spiritual outlet in life. And I'm sorry about the dog barking there. My kids have some friends over right now, so I'm trying to do this without them interrupting, but the dog is getting excited. Anyway, so this week we have the Lamp of Knowledge, which I feel like has to do with a guiding light, which I feel like also connects with last week's card. But let's read what the verse says. All right, the Lamp of Knowledge, chapter 10, verse 10 through 11 of the Bhagavad Gita. To those who are constantly devoted and worship me and with love, I give the intelligence by which they can attain me. Out of compassion for them, dwelling in their hearts, I destroy the darkness of ignorance with the lamp of knowledge. So, I mean, this is all about enlightenment, all about being shown the light, being shown the truth. The truth is unveiled. Yeah, it's a guiding light. There's a guide going on here. All right, so let's go to the tarot cards to get a better understanding of this. All right, so the first card is the Knight of Swords. Okay, so, all right. And then we have the Five of Swords. Interesting. And finally, we have the Eight of Cups. This is so interesting because last week we had 2 Cups cards and then a Swords, and now we're having 2 Swords cards and a Cup. So with the Knight of Swords here, this is someone who seems to know what he's talking about, which feels like it could be connected with that in a way because we're looking for guidance, and here we have someone who seems to know what they're talking about. Seems like they could be our guide, but this is someone who is also very impatient and a bit too idealistic with what he's proposing, and it could be a she. I'm just saying he because the character here is a male. He's rational but cold. He's passionate but stubborn. So, which connects with the next card here. We see someone who is dealing with arguments and irritability, and someone who's feeling attacked and betrayed. I mean, it isn't any more clear than these swords in her back and her tears coming down. And I'm not sure if you can see this detail. And he's obviously the one carrying the swords. And there's just this argument. So I feel like what this is kind of telling us here is that this person here is someone we can listen to, but to take his advice with a grain of salt, because he may seem like he knows what he's talking about, but he also doesn't seem to know how to express it. And it can lead to a lot of arguments, and he's very stubborn, and we're reacting to that stubbornness. And yeah, so just be careful of that. And then the solution here is the Eight of Cups. It's really stepping away and letting go, moving on, taking time to be calm, take time to reflect before we make any sort of decision. It's eerily similar to last week's last card. In fact, I'm going to pull that out. All right, so last week's last card was the Six of Swords. And I mean, Oh, sorry about the dog. So here, I mean, these two cards are almost identical. It's just, I mean, they're both walking away from a situation. Here we have all these tipped over cups, these spilled cups. Here we have all these swords just tossed around on the ground, and we're moving to a light. It's like we're being guided. Here where the woman is being guided by these crows or these ravens, and here it's like we're guided by the moon and more of our intuition. This is an outside guidance and this is an inside guidance. And I feel like this is really telling us that this week, our guide is ourselves. To not get so wrapped up in other people's advice, because it's often going to lead to arguments and feelings of betrayal. And instead, look to ourselves, step away from this difficult situation, and really move forward. Go to our own inward light. And so that's what I'm seeing this week. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week. So blessed be, everyone. Bye.